I just wanted to share a brief experience from today. Today I had the opportunity and the privilege to go to Utah Valley University and listen to a lecture by Professor Harvey Mansfield, professor of government at Harvard University. He was my dad's professor long ago, and he's in his 90s now, but still spry and gave an excellent lecture on the executive and executive power. It was really enjoyable. At the end of his lecture, he related his whole lecture to that the cause of the presidency is related to human life, and I thought that was really interesting. And then he spoke during the luncheon afterward. He spoke on the nature of speech and the degradation of speech, the difference between logos and speech, and what there's a lot of nowadays is a degradation of speech that might be called expression or self-expression. And he talked about why we need logos and why self-expression and this kind of obsession with identity is a degradation of speech. He spoke about many other things, and then afterward I got to meet him very briefly, and I had brought several of his books with me, and not knowing if I would have the opportunity, but he was very gracious, and he actually signed every one of them. And I just want to share them with you because one of them, actually a couple of them, have to do with things for my Tocqueville channel or my Tocqueville playlist. So I started reading Tocqueville, A Very Short Introduction. I'm on page 84, so a couple more chapters. And this is a really excellent introduction to Tocqueville, to democracy in America. Very well written and concise, and I mean, besides reading Democracy in America, this I think would be one of the best, if not the best, introduction to studying Tocqueville. So if you're interested in studying Tocqueville, this would be a really good way to start. And he signed my book for John Harvey Mansfield. And then he also signed my copy of Democracy in America, and this is obviously his translation. And let's see, I like his signature here. For John, fellow Tocquevillian. So that was great. And I brought several other books of his, and he graciously signed all of them. A book on Machiavelli's Virtue that I read in Dr. Ray's Machiavelli class at Hillsdale College. And he's gracious enough to sign that. And also in Dr. Ray's Machiavelli class on New Modes and Orders. And he signed that. And his book, America's Constitutional Soul. He wrote a little note in here. For John, an educated son, Harvey Mansfield. And then his book, Manliness. I've read part of it. I need to finish it. I plan to read all of these and all of his books. And he signed it here, if I can find it. For John, son of the best, Harvey Mansfield. Nice tribute to my dad, who was his student. And then he has a book that's very much related to his talk today, Taming the Prince. And he wrote, For John, are you tamed? So that was a great experience. I enjoyed it very much. Very grateful for the opportunity. And um, one of the reasons I want to share it is because of Harvey Mansfield translated Democracy in America. He also translated The Prince, The Prince from Italian to English, and Democracy in America from French into English. And this little book on Tocqueville is just such a great little introduction. I haven't finished it yet. Maybe I'll make more commentary on it when I finish reading it, so that can tie into our study of Tocqueville together. So thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.